Kia ora, welcome to your online video class until we can get our streaming up and going. We're just going to start with a few simple sequences just to help you open up and get ready for moving into some deeper poses. All I have is my 2 cork blocks and 1 strap. If you don't have cork blocks, let me know, send me a message because I have some I can drop off to you. So the first one is this height, this goes for the back of your head. Second one on the second height. So for those of you who aren't familiar, this is third height, second height, and a first height would be like this. So this one goes underneath your shoulder blades, and this one is for the back of the head. And we just lay ourselves down with the second height block under the shoulder blades and then the other one catching the back of the neck and the head. So you can begin here with your knees together and your feet wide, just to help get some length into your lower back. And you know, you can always come back to this, but if you can go deeper, you will extend the legs straight out in front of you. So as you can see, this is quite a strong chest opener. And take the back of the hands to the floor. And what we'll do here is we'll just close our eyes and go through some breath work in preparation for the yoga asana. So with the eyes closed, slow inhalation, exhale out through the mouth. Just be gentle with the breath. Do that a few times, and then what we're going to do is when you get to the end of an exhalation breath, and I'll talk you through this, we're going to inhale to the count of 3, 1 to the top of the lungs, 2 to the bottom of the lungs, 3 down into the diaphragm. And as we exhale, it'll be from the bottom up. So 1 from the abdomen, 2 to the bottom of the lungs, 3 to the top of the lungs. And we're just going to do a few variations on this breath, and then we'll go into some shoulder opening arm work. So just settle in, close your eyes, let your breath be natural, be gentle, don't be forced with it, but just be aware that when you're exhaling fully. So take a few inhales with the exhalation side out your mouth. And then one more round, inhale, exhale, then inhale and count, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, normal breath in between. And then go again, full exhalation, inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, and take a normal breath. When we go to the next round of inhalation and exhalation, we're going to pause at the end of the inhalation and then continue the exhalation to the count. So the pause at the end of the inhalation is not a shutting down or a constriction of the throat, it's purely just an absence of breath. So when you're ready, inhale, exhale fully. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, normal breath. And we go one more round. So at the end of your next exhalation, begin counting, 1, the inhale, 2, 3, pause. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, normal breath. And then for this last round, we're going to pause at the end of the inhalation and the exhalation. And you know, if you find that your breath is not quite the same as my counting, please don't hold your breath, just follow your own count. So full inhale, full exhalation. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, pause. Exhale 1, 2, 3, pause. And then your normal breath again. And just close your eyes and let yourself wave the ride of that breath, being fully conscious of the movement of the breath in and out of your body, and feel how easy that breath comes now. And then when you're ready, interlock your hands in front of your face and turn the palms away. Keep as much of the little finger webbing together as you can. Straighten the arms, really press the fingers into the back of the hands to open up the palm. Keep the shoulders into the socket, the joints, the femur joints into the shoulder socket. Pull the shoulder blades down your back as you begin to take your arms over your head, coming into the full extension of the underarm. So keep pulling the shoulder blades down. Don't let the weight of the arms squeeze the shoulders together so that the tips of your shoulders come up closer to your ears. It is the work of the muscles of the outer arm, the tricep and the deltoid that hold the arms in place. And then on an exhalation breath, bring the arms back through. Turn the palms towards you, change the interlock so the other little finger is on the bottom, and then press the palms away. Same again, make sure as much of the little finger webbing is together as you can. Straighten the arms, keep the shoulders in their sockets as you extend the arms towards your head, away from over your head. So you're getting full opening into the chest area. The muscles of the outer arms are working, the arms are staying straight. See if you can keep the abdominals contracted towards the back body so that you're not arching your back and popping your front ribs. And then bring the arms back through on exhalation and release the arms to the side for a moment. After that, we're going to come to a right angle with the forearms and the upper arms, and maintaining the right angle so the elbows go towards the ceiling and then towards the wall behind you. You're going to find that block under your head, and if you can, walk your fingers to the edge of the block that is closest to your neck, and then from there pull the shoulder blades together, pull the elbows together, and work the shoulder blades down the back, so you're getting a nice opening from armpit to elbow. And take a few more breaths here. Soften the throat. See if you can get even closer together with those elbows. Find some broadness across the upper back. And then release the arms, and once again, hands back to your side. From there, you're going to bring the hands to the back of the head, bring the chin to the chest, bend your knees, and then roll over to the right hand side, coming into a tabletop position. At this stage, the blocks can go to the front of the mat. And then from here, we're going to go through a few cat-cows. So sitting bones will go up on the inhalation, press the inner hand, crown of the head lifts. As you exhale, sitting bones go down, abdomen moves towards the back body. Keep the press of the inner hands and head goes down. So the shoulders will stay broad, the inner hands will press and the chest will be lifted. As you continue through your transition, you can use that same counting breath that we used before, if that is beneficial to you. Otherwise, just feel it rather than think it. Sometimes closing your eyes is really useful, puts you more into your body, working with the inhalation and exhalation cycle as we go. And then from there, after we've done 2 more, and that will finish our 10, I think. We're going to come into a nice side stretch. So come back to your neutral spine. Keep the weight into the right hand and the right knee, and bring the left foot in line with the right foot. From there, the right foot will come back towards behind you, so that it's your counterbalance, left hand to hip. Lift up all of this, keep pressing into the inner right hand and the right knee. Press into the outside edge of the left foot and lift the left arm up. Keep the chest lifting, keep the front hips lifting, keep the abdominal lifting, and if you've got your balance, you can look up to your left arm. Nice side stretch. Keep pushing into the outside edge of the left foot. And then from there, back down into your tabletop. And then we go other side. Left hand, left knee, place the right foot. Bring the toes behind you of the left foot. Right hand to hip. So pressing down, lifting up. Keep the work of the right foot grounded, and from there, right arm up. And if you've got your balance, look up into the right arm. Try and keep the front body and the back body coming together, so you're not with your buttocks moving out behind you and your chest coming forward. And then from there, back to your tabletop. And then we're going to curl our toes under, take the buttocks back towards the heels, get as much length into those back thighs as we can, extend the arms forward, Adho Mukha Virasana. Get the sitting bones right up, get the deepest fold into your hip sockets that you can find. Inner thighs rotate back towards the wall behind you, and straight arms. Spread the fingers, press the inner hand. Then from there, place your hands on the mat in preparation for coming up through Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep the sitting bones lifted, the length into the back thigh. Press the hand, and without coming forward, come up into your downward facing dog. Have the heels up, get the sitting bones well up, lift the abdominals, press the inner hand, change the distance slightly if you need to, and then from there you can begin to pedal out your legs, getting some length into the back of the thigh. The hips stay even, it is extension of the back thigh and the back calf, so you're not swiveling your hips around. Keep the press of the inner hand, keep the torso stable, and then from there, heels up, sitting bones up, and begin to descend the heels as much as you can without dropping the sit bones. So keep that up of the sitting bones. And from there, walk your feet forward. Take your blocks at this stage if you need to have Adho Uttanasana, long forward extended front spine, feet are a hip width apart, toes are up, arch of the foot is lifting, weight is to the inner foot and inner heel, and again sitting bones go high, back of the leg is long, heels press. Keep the abdominals moving towards the back body, pull the shoulder blades back and extend the heart forward. Take a couple of breaths there, and then from there, hands to hips. Just pause here, keep the legs working as they were, and then press the heels, come up on inhalation where you unwind yourself, front hips, abdominals, chest, and then the head becomes the last to come up. And be in your Tadasana for a moment or two. And then from there, we're just going to come into a nice easy sun salute. The first one is the easier variation, and then the second one we go to something a bit more difficult. If the first one is enough for you, please just repeat that rather than trying to go into the second variation. So the blocks are on their first height, either side of your mat. Toes are just inside the line of the block, toes together, heels slightly apart. You are lifting the toes, lifting the arch of the foot, pressing down into the feet, keeping the little toe side of the foot lifted as high as the big toe side of the foot, arms straight at the side, little finger side of the hand extending towards the floor, chest lifts, crown of the head lifts. So you're in your Tadasana, and just take a moment here and center yourself. From there, inhale, straight arms up. Palms together, exhale down through the center line, fold forward, take the hands to the block, so you're back into your Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. From there, bend the knees slightly, step the right leg back, so you're in your high lunge. Really push the thigh to the bone on both legs, particularly the back leg. Yeah, front hips lift, abdominals lift, chest lift, and then from there come down onto the right knee and take the arms up. A nice opening for the front of the right thigh. Inhale, exhale, hands back to the blocks, step the back foot to the front foot. Halfway lift, bend the knees, left leg back. So come into your high lunge first. So get all the lift of the torso, the chest, the front hips in your high lunge, and then when you take your knee down, you're already got the lift that you need to get up. Don't leave the abdominals behind. Bring it all up with you and pull the shoulder blades down the body on the action of the arms extending to the ceiling. Then from there, hands back to the block. Take the heel of the hand to the edge of the block closest to you, and from here, step back, front foot to back foot. We're back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Getting as much length into the back of the thighs as you can. Begin to take the heels towards the floor. Then from there, knees to the floor, buttocks go back to the heels. Elbows will go wide. Keep the weight to the inner hand as much as you can as you're slowing it down, coming into your scoop through. Then press the hand to lift up. Lift the chest, lift the pubis, lift the front hips, and then from there, straighten the legs. Keep the lift or choose to keep the knees down. Keep the inner elbows facing each other, broaden the chest. Keep the lift, inhale, exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From there, bring both feet together, take the weight into the left foot and extend a straight right leg behind you. From here, hands all the way to the heel, full extension. Inner right thigh lifts, outer right hip comes to the floor so the pelvis stays even. Bring the knee to the chest, step up high with the knee, shoulders forward over the wrist, place the right foot, coming back into your high lunge. When you place the right foot, take care that the knee is directly over the heel, so it's not putting any added pressure onto the knee. Then from there, front foot to back foot. Right foot for standing, extend the straight left leg to the wall behind you. Full extension. Really press the hands, keep the pelvis even, inner left thigh lifts. Then bring the knee to the chest, come up high, shoulders forward over the wrists. Step the left foot forward, back up into your high lunge. Work the leg on the back, the right leg, work the thigh to straight. Press the tips of the fingers down, lift the chest, then hands flat again. Front foot to back foot, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breather here in your downward facing dog. Keeping the sitting bones up, keeping the hands pressing. Then from there, last scoop through. Buttocks back to heels, keeping the sitting bones high. Slowing it down, slow it down. Don't go any lower than what your shoulders can handle. Push up into Urdhva Mukha. Keeping the press of the inner hand, lifting the chest. Inhale, exhale, Adho Mukha. Then from there you've got a choice. You can either step forward, or if you want to have a go at the jump, look forward between your hands, bend the knees, get the sit bones up. You're going to pendulum your body through your arms, so it'll be a hop, and you land lightly, or not. Long forward extended front spine, inhale, exhale, full fold, Uttanasana. Maintaining as much length to the front spine as you can. Inhale all the way up, palms together, exhale down through your center line. So for the second variation, we're going to do the same, but when we come into that second high lunge, we're going to come up into Virabhadrasana 1. Otherwise you stick with the first variation. The other thing is that if the scoop through is too intense on the shoulders, you can transition through your Utthita Chaturanga high plank into your Urdhva Mukha if you choose to. Otherwise we'll start here. Toes together, heels slightly apart. In your Tadasana, inhale, straight arms up. Palms together, exhale down through the center line, fold forward. Adho Uttanasana, long forward extended front spine. Take a few breaths, keep the sitting bones right up. Bend the knees slightly, take the right leg back, high lunge, up on the tips of the fingers, getting this lift to the chest. Right knee down, inhale up, low lunge. And let this come all the way up here. Don't leave any of your abdominals or your hips behind. Exhale down, back into your high lunge. Step the back foot to the front foot. Other side, bend. Left leg goes back. High lunge. Get your lift happening here of your abdominal and your chest. Then take the left leg down. Inhale all the way up. And inhale, exhale, hands to the blocks, back into your high lunge. From there, front foot to back foot, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a few breaths here. Bring the toes to touch, taking the weight into the left leg. Exhale, a straight right leg behind you. Oh, forgot the scoop through. Knees to the floor, buttocks back to heels, elbows wide, push down, upward facing, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Really get the thighs working, front hips, abdominals lifting, chest open. Inhale, exhale, Adho Mukha. Now, taking the weight into the left foot, extend that straight right leg behind you. Outer right hip moving towards the floor, full extension, knee to chest, high step, high, high, high. Come over, place the right foot, and make sure that the knee is placed directly below the ankle. Move the left foot out to the side slightly and place the heel down. Lift up all of this, the legs, nothing in the legs changes as you come up into your Virabhadrasana 1. Keeping everything moving up. Press the feet down, everything else lifts up from there. Inhale, exhale, hands to the blocks, step back, Adho Mukha. From there, knees to the floor, buttocks back to heels, coming into your scoot through. Inhale, exhale. Straight left leg to the wall behind you this time. Same even pelvis. Knee to chest, high step forward. Place the foot. Move the right foot about 2 inches to the right. Place the heel down. So you're bending into your Virabhadrasana 1 here. And then it is just the torso coming up. Don't throw anything off in the legs. Inhale, exhale, hands to the blocks, back heel up, step back, Adho Mukha. Last scoop through, knees to floor, buttocks back to heels, sitting bones up, elbows wide. Keep the press of the inner hand, push up, Urdhva Mukha, really up. Inhale, exhale, Adho Mukha. Bring the toes to touch. You can either step. If you want to jump, same as before, look forward between your hands and pendulum. Nice little bunny hop. Full extension, Adho Uttanasana. Inhale, exhale, full Uttanasana, head down. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Exhale down through the center line. So we should all be good and warmed up by now. And let's move into a couple of standing asana. Take the 2 blocks behind you on their highest height. Come to the middle of the mat. We are going to bend our knees, cross our forearms, and you're either going to jump or step out. But if you're jumping, it looks like this. Arms extended, feet extended. The heels are broad on both your feet, and then from there, we're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2. So the right toes will go, follow the line of the knee. The knee will stay lined up over the foot as you bend the knee to above the heel. So it is inner thigh extension, inner thigh to knee. Take the heel slightly broader on the left foot and see if you can go even lower and gaze over the right arm. Pull the shoulder blades down and lift the chest. A couple of breaths here. Then straighten the front leg, toes forward, other side. Left toes pointing out in the direction of the left knee. Right heel goes broad, bending into your Virabhadrasana 2. Keep the torso in the upright, so keep the strong press of the back leg. Keep the abdominals lifting, chest lifting, shoulder blades moving down, even lower. And then gaze over the left arm. Couple of breaths here. Straighten the left leg, toes forward, step or jump back in. Alrighty. Whew. Okay, from there we're going to jump in or step in and out again to Trikonasana, and this time we are using our blocks. So when you're ready, you choose. Step or jump. From there, right toes forward again. Left heel extends a bit more. Extend well over the right side and take the block to the outside of the right shin or whichever height. Full extension of the spine. Left arm goes up, and if you have your balance, gaze to the left hand. Keep that back leg really pressing, keep the front hips and the abdominals, the whole pelvic floor area lifted, and get as much extension on that spine as you can. Keep the inner thigh lifting on the right leg and keep the weight to the inner foot. From there, up you come, toes forward, left toes, follow the line of the left knee. So on this side, I didn't say on the other side, sorry. Take that right heel broad. Keep the knee lined up with the toes. So the thigh rotation on the bent leg, on the front leg, is external. From there, full extension over. Extend, extend, extend. Reach down and find your block. Take it on whichever height you need. Keep the spinal extension. Lift up pelvic floor. Front hips, abdominals, press into the hand on the block, extend the right arm up and gaze up. Keep that spinal extension, try not to shorten into the left side waist. Keep the weight to both inner feet. Don't grip your toes. Inhale, one more breath. And then up, toes forward. From there, either step or jump back in. Okay, now we're going to go into Utkatasana. You won't need any equipment for this. We'll do the first one with the feet hip width apart, and then we'll do the second one with the feet together. So you can choose to do the first variation twice if that's what you need. So outside edge of the foot lined up with the little toe. So heel and little toe in the same line. Bend the knees slightly and have the knees tracking directly in front of your feet. And keep that alignment of the legs. Take the hands to the hips and begin to bring the knees forward. So the weight moves forward into the front of the foot rather than the buttocks going back. Keep this lifting, keep the chest lifting, and from there, straight arms up. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. Keep the abdominals lifting. Keep the sitting bones, the back of this no curvature into the lower spine. So the abdominals have to pull back against. It's not this. It is this. So you can really lift. Go a little bit lower. Full extension of the arms. 2 more breaths. And then up you come. So when we go again, this time we're going with feet together. Hands to hips, or you choose to keep the feet a hip width apart. Bend the knees. Bring the weight forward, track the knees as far over the feet as you can. Lift all of this up, extend the chest, arms go up. Lengthen the back thighs, keep the abdominals moving towards the back body, pull the shoulder blades down and go even lower. Don't grip the toes, keep the weight to the ball, between the ball of the feet and the heels. A little bit lower, 1 more breath, and then inhale up. We've got our legs going. And then from there, we're going to come into Prasarita Padottanasana. So this is essentially our resting pose. You can have blocks for head support if you wish. And I'll show you once again. You can step or jump wide. Hands to hips. You're going to fold forward, maintaining the straightness of the spine. Take the fingertips to the floor. At this stage, just take the heels slightly broader. Have a slight bend in the knee so that the inner knee can rotate forward. Keep pulling the shoulder blades back, keep the spine extending, And from there, the hands will walk back as the crown of the head comes down. If you're taking head support, you can take it here. Fingertips, if you can, in line with the feet, elbows bent, elbows coming together. Keep the work of the legs, keep the toes up, keep the sitting bones going up for more spinal extension. You might find as the back of the legs open up, you need less height for under the crown of the head. But whichever one you're at, just keep working with the legs. Keep the spinal extension. Keep the head down. Close your eyes for a bit and be in your body with a little bit of stillness. Keep the breath moving. Let the throat soften. Let it relax. The legs are working. Two more breaths. And then from there, inhale up, straighten the arms, come back to your halfway lift with the long forward extended front spine. Really press those feet, press those legs, hands to hips. Inhale, up you come. And then from there, you're either going to heel toe your feet together or you can jump back in. Okay, let's come down to the floor for a little bit. So we're going to use our block again. We're going to come into a Setu Bandha. So the block, we will start with it on its second height and it's going to go under the sacrum. So that is between the top of the buttocks and the lower spine. It's a big hard bone there. You'll know when you're in the right place. If it's uncomfortable, it's probably into your lower back. If you don't feel it's giving you anything much, it could be too much into the buttocks. So just have a play, but this is how we start. You lie down on your back with your knees bent, heels are in line with your sitting bones. From there, press into the heels, lift the pelvis up, take the block under your sacrum on its second height, and then place the hands down on the mat. Keep the work of the legs, so keep the heels broad, keep the pressing down of the heels, keep the knees in the same line as the hips, and then from there, extend the spine. Press the hands into the floor if you find that useful, or you can try holding the edge of your mat, but keep that press of the heels. If you think you can go higher, come up onto the toes and take the block onto its highest height and then place the heels again. So you're in a supported back bend, Setu Bandha. It's quite nice. You can try bringing the hands to the front hips and pulling them towards your face a bit more to give the front of the thighs a bit more opening. Keep the abdominals moving towards the back body. Keep the press of the heels. And just close your eyes and come back to that conscious breath work that we started the class with. Relax the throat. Try not to clench the buttocks, press the heels instead. Once again, either press the hands into the floor or hold the edge of your mat. Couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, bring the knees towards the ceiling and extend the heels away. So we're coming into Viparita Karani. Keep the sitting bones moving towards the wall so that the buttocks are not rounding and going up. Keep the heels pressing away on the legs. Keep the thighs activated. Toes coming towards the face. settle in. See if you can feel that the block is even on the sacrum. And then from there, we're going to get a little bit abdominal, so you might want to hold the edge of the mat. Keep the right leg up and extend the left leg and hover it parallel to the floor. Keep the back of the neck long. And bring the right leg up. Left leg up, sorry. And extend the right leg. Both heels away. Thighs working to their bone. One more breath. And then right leg comes up, bend the knees, place the feet to the floor again. From there, lift the pelvis, come off the block, move it to the side, and then roll that spine down, one vertebra at a time. And from there, extend the legs away. And just be on your back for a couple of moments. From there, bring the knees to the chest, roll over to the right hand side, coming back up through your tabletop. Place the hands in preparation for Adho Mukha Svanasana. Curl your toes under, lift the knees, lift the buttocks, coming up through your dog pose to equalize the pelvis again, back into our forward bend, sitting bones going up. And then walk the feet forward, hands to hips, and up you come with the press of the heels. Okay, let's go through one more abdominal series. We're going to come into Navasana or boat pose, and this will be progressional, so you'll just be working to wherever you're at with this. You start with the legs bent and have the fingertips just behind you for balance to begin with, but you also want to be able to get this lift of the chest. So this is your, sacrum is coming in, so it's not falling out behind you, and the abdominals need to support that. From there, stage one, shins will come up to the height of the knees. If you're still working with the hands, they are just for balance at this stage. If you feel you've got your balance, the hands can place here. Keep the abdominals going, keep the sacrum coming in, and then from there, final stages to extend the legs. Don't take the feet so that they're higher than the face. Really press the heels away. Couple more breaths. Then down. Come into your cross-leg position and come slightly forward. Just to release anything in the lower back. And then you can either repeat that one again, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, we're going to go into our Ardha Vasana, which is the halfway. So we start from here, same again, here, legs lift, arms if you're going there, full extension, and then from there you release down to halfway, and back up again, down, and back up again. And then from there, across the leg, the other side, and come forward. Not everyone's favourite. Okay. Now, coming to your mat, we're going to go wide leg. So I'm using the edge of my mat for heel to heel. Heels are away, toes coming back towards the face. Don't let the toes fall out, so the inner thigh will rotate down towards the floor. Pull the flesh of the buttocks apart and get right on those inner sit bones. At this stage, if you're falling backwards, you'll be taking a folded blanket or a towel to give you a bit more height under your sit bones. But otherwise you're going to be here and you're going to start walking forward while maintaining the straight spine. So it has to come from the lift of the chest, and the work of the legs is key. These thighs pushing onto the bone give you this rotation, which gives you more access in the spine to come forward. So don't let the legs off. See if you can get a little bit more. Keeping the spine straight. And from there, coming up, turning the torso to the right leg. So the right hand is on the outside of the right thigh, and use the press of the hand to help get the torso around. Keep pushing into both heels. From there, if you can, coming forward. At this point, your strap might be useful. Come to here. If you can, while maintaining the straight spine, you can take a hold of the outside of the left foot, not right foot, with the left hand, keeping the chest lifted, keeping both legs pressing away, coming into the Pajva. And inhale back to center. Turn to the other side. Rest through that foot. And then if you don't need the strap, you can begin to come forward and go to the other side. Keep all of this lifting, keep both legs extending away, keep the pelvis even and the sitting bones so that you can be sure the twist is coming from the spine rather than the pelvis. So really work the legs. And see how close you can get while maintaining a straight spine. And then back to center. And then we're going to come into the lateral extension. So we'll go right first. And I find what's quite useful, if we're focused on getting the hand to the foot, getting the foot with the hand becomes more of the focus than getting this lateral extension. So we don't want it to be compressing into this. We want to get as much length in this side and for the ribs to lay along the thigh, essentially. So work the legs again. Inhale, bend the elbow. Exhale, go full extension. Full extension. Doesn't matter where the hand gets to. Keep pressing away into the opposite leg and then just place the hand wherever it goes. So the sideways extension is what you're really looking for here to lengthen the spine. And then if you choose to, the other arm can come over the head, or if you think you can get low enough, it can make the foot. Maintaining that strong lateral extension. Don't let the abdominals off, keep them lifted, and then come up, and we go other side. Right hand to hip if you're not sure what to do with it. Re-establish the legs. Inhale, exhale, lateral extension. Fully lateral extension. When you get to your maximum, then just place the hand. Keep all of this going, keep this pressing away, and you can either go to here, or if you can maintain the length of the spine, take the hand to the foot. Keep the heels away, keep the thighs working, keep everything working. One more breath. And then up. Nice. From there, bring the legs together. Take your strap into your hands. Re-establish the sitting bones. And then from there, take the strap around the sole of the foot. So the spine is straight. Same work, heels away, thighs to the bone, lift the abdominals, and then from there, maintaining the straight spine, begin to walk the hands towards the feet. If you can, take a hold of the outside edge of the foot. And then if you want to go even deeper and you can maintain that straight spine, you can hold each hand behind your foot. So Paschimottanasana, it's quite a strong stretch on the hamstrings, but keeping the spine straight is what you really want to be most focused on here. And then release. From there, we are going to come down to the floor, flat on our backs, and we're going to go into Supta Baddhangusthasana 1, 2 and 3. You will need your strap for this, and I'll just move myself a little bit further away from the wall so my legs not impeded. So laying flat on your back, have your strap within reach. You can still see me. And then from there, take the right leg to the vertical. Lasso the foot with the strap, and you've got two hands on the strap like the reins of a horse, and the shoulder blades are pulling back towards the floor. So you're not holding your foot, your leg up with the strap and your hands. The muscles of your leg are holding your leg up. The strap is just making your arms a little bit longer. Keep the left leg heel pressing away, thighs to the bone, both legs. Then from there, both sides of the strap into the right hand. Extend the left hand out at shoulder height, keeping all of the spinal weight moving to the left. Extend the right leg away. So the outer right hip sucks into its socket. It's inner leg extension that takes the leg out to the side. Don't go so far that all of this left side moves off the floor. Keep the heels away. Keep the thighs engaged. And then from there, right leg to the upright, change hands on the strap. Left arm goes, right arm goes out at shoulder height. And then from there, you're going to roll over onto the left hip, keeping the extension of the right arm and shoulder, and lift the right leg up. Don't let the leg weight pull the leg down. It's up. The whole right buttocks is coming up off the floor. The right palm of the hand is pressing into the floor, getting into our tight upper backs. Keep the left heel pressing away. See if you can get a little bit more lift. And then from there, rolling back onto your back, releasing the foot, both legs down. And then other side. Take the left leg to the ceiling and lasso that foot. Keep as much of the sacrum even on your ground as you can, so the left hip is moving away from the waist. The thigh on the left leg, inner thighs, is an external rotation, moving away, and the heel is pressing away on the right foot. Left foot, yeah, right foot. From there, right arm to the ground, both sides of the strap into the left hand. Establish the right side of the body, keeping all the spinal weight to the right as the outer left hip sucks in, so that the movement is in the leg extension without throwing the weight off to the left side. So keep the right side of the body active. And then from there, left leg up, change hands on the strap again. Left arm extends out at shoulder height. You're going to roll over onto the right hip and really go for full extension of that leg. Go up rather than down. Yeah, let's see how it's quite strong here on the upper back. So keep the hand pressing into the floor. And now just a little bit more up, just a little bit more. Keep breathing. And then roll over onto your back and release the leg. Nice. And then from there, rolling over to the right hand side. And coming to Virasana again. So from here, we're just going to come into a last little bit of hip opening before we go into our Shavasana. At this stage, you probably will want to set yourself up with a couple of blankets, one for under the back of the head and one for to cover yourself up with to stay warm. Have a block on its first height. Come and take a seat on the block with your legs extended out in front of you. We're going to come to Swastikasana. So take the legs wide to begin with. I'm not sure you can see my feet there, can you? Getting the edge of the bench. Lift back. That's better. Legs wide. From there, you're going to bend the right knee, bring the hands under the calf, place the outside edge of the foot on the floor, keeping the right knee in line with the right hip, and then bend the left leg, do the same, keeping the heels flexed, keeping yourself even on your sitting bones, and then work the feet wider for the knees to come closer together and allow the knees to descend towards the floor. Keep the flexion of the foot. Lift all of this up, and if you can, come forward with the hands. You'll be feeling it quite strongly in the outer hips and the glutes. See if you keep that chest lifting, keep coming forward. And from there, walk the hands back in, go wide with the legs again, and then other side. Keep the foot flexed, rotate that calf towards the ceiling, place the outside edge of the foot. The shin and the thigh are at a right angle, so the heel is not in close to the groin. Other leg comes across, work the feet wider and the knees closer together. Keep the heels pressing away. Inhale, lift the spine to the upright, and as you exhale, you might take a chair in front of you for your hands. You might just purely come forward and rest the elbows on the knees, or you might take your hands on a bolster if you have one. Otherwise, you're just walking them forward. So that's just, the sacrum's coming in and the spine is extending on this work. And then the hands walk back. And then from there, setting yourself up for your Shavasana. If you've got an eye pillow, this is the time you might decide you like one. So, the folded blanket under your head. Cover yourself up, stay warm. Let the back of the hands come to the floor and take the arms away from the sides. Just let everything release. Let the feet fall out, let the legs relax completely. And just spend a little bit of time scanning your body, finding areas of tension and releasing them on an exhalation breath. Allow yourself to move deeper into the relaxation. Soften the eyelids, the big muscle between the eyebrows. Smooth the forehead and allow the eyes to begin to descend back into their sockets. Relax the jaw, relax the tongue, just let it rest softly in the bottom of the mouth. Relax the throat, the back of the neck, shoulders, the abdominals, both your hips and buttocks, thighs, calves and feet. Come to a place of awareness of what is happening in the inner body. Awareness rather than thought. The mind will be thinking and the mind will be trying to interrupt you and tell you stories, giving you thoughts that for your awareness to attach onto. And that's okay, when that happens, just let those thoughts go and they'll pass out of the mind again. So follow the breath in and out of the body. Moving back through and consciously relaxing. Excuse me, I have a dusty floor. Rescanning, looking for areas of tension. And then when you're ready, giving your fingers and toes a little wiggle. Taking your right arm over your head, bringing your knees to the chest, rolling over to the right hand side, lying in the fetal position. And then when you're ready, pressing the floor away with your hand and your elbow. And come up, take a seat, either back on your block again, or just on whichever easy cross leg is working for you. Let the hands rest either on the thighs or in the lap. Excuse me, step dusty floor. Keep your eyes closed. Keep the face soft. And then when you're ready, bring the hands together at the heart and bow your head in gratitude for the practice. Namaste. Om Shanti. Raise your head, open your eyes. Thank you very much. We'll see you live streaming maybe, or when we're back, the studio's open again. Until then, take care and stay safe. I miss you.